Hello Sagittarius, a warm welcome to you on Quarter.moon.tarot channel, and let's begin your reading. Today's reading is about your work, your profession, job, business. If none of these, then any work you do, activities, hobbies, okay, which are facing a challenge or some issue, we're taking a look at that in this reading. So we have these cards. You've got the 11th house and you have got the planet Ketu, which is the south node. Sagittarius, you're too you need to disconnect from a little from social circle, a little from people, groups, right? I think they are getting in the way of your work. They're getting in the way of your work. Or maybe you just need to, disconnect from at least a few of them. Some of you just probably need to move away from them, and for some of you, a few of them. But there's a certain amount of detachment that is required for you at work, because it is interfering and not letting you work very well. We've got the card of omens. Pay attention to signs. And you've got the monkey card of ingenuity. The situation calls for adaptability and innovation. See, you do know that you need to you're aware of it, Sagittarius, that you need to move away from a few people or from a few groups, but it's not like an out and out disconnect. You need to be a little ingenuous, as this card is saying, and be a little adaptable and come up with some ways, of creating that distance for yourself. You're not able to do that, straight up. You don't feel like disconnecting, and that's also really not very appropriate, right? But whatever signs you're picking up and whatever you feel, in whichever best way you can do it, you do know, but I think you're not able to do it. You've got the card of resourcefulness. You have all the resources you need, so it's not that you do not know how to do it. Okay, you do know that pretty much on your own you are quite capable of doing this work. You really don't need so many people, or you don't need all the people, and for some of you, you probably don't need them at all anymore. Okay, and you have been thinking of this for a long time. You've been planning to really trim this association and these number of people for a long time. Got the card of forgiveness. Maybe you do feel very bad that you are doing away with a certain set of people, and you feel it's really not nice. You will not be able to forgive yourself, but you need to trust your instincts with this. What are your instincts telling you? Look, you've got the omens card over here. At some level you do know that you need to do this, right? But you feel that, will I be able to forgive myself? Will others forgive me if I move away from them? That is, I think, one thing which is probably holding you back. Surrender. For a long time you've just left it. You have left it, that it's okay, maybe not now, maybe later. For the past you've been doing that, and you've just kind of left it. Things have been a little peaceful and quiet. You've been feeling fine. You feel a little at ease, letting things be, putting it off for another day. Okay, that's what you feel, that all right, not today, maybe tomorrow. That kind of an approach has made you feel okay in the present moment, but you do know the truth, that sometime you will need to take that important decision. You can't delay it for long. See, that's your outcome card, decisiveness. Make a decision and take appropriate action. This is just delaying it, Sagittarius. Sooner or later, you know that you need to disconnect, or at least, like I said, you need to move away from some of them. It's not working for you. They've served their purpose, but you're not able to getting down to doing it. You need to as this ingenuity card says, that it would be a good idea to find ways and means of doing it, right? Let's see what's your shadow healing. So, and even your cards are telling you that don't straight up go and disconnect, but you need to come up with a plan. Not to say that you need to tell lies or you need to cook up stories, but you need to put across things in the correct way, but not in a very blunt way. Torment. See, plaguing your thoughts with self-doubt only act. Okay, it just furthers the problem, right? So make peace with yourself, and shortly thereafter you will regain your confidence. That's what you feel. You feel a little tormented. How can you just let them go? How can you just disconnect, right? And you feel that this is probably a little bit of the cheating element comes in, being needing them when you need them, and now when you feel that you don't need them, you need to disconnect. That's also bothering you. Disapproval, and you've got the numb card. Avoiding our feelings can sometimes be exactly what we need. This, and you've got disapproval. Showing your dissatisfaction will not earn you any brownie points, and this may be a battle not worth fighting. There is nothing to be gained but wasted energy. See, Sagittarius, you do emotionally, you are still connected. You don't feel like moving away from them, because you might feel that emotionally it's a little turbulent for you. I guess that is the reason why you're not able to bring about the distance, because you feel that you're cheating, that cheating thing that is bothering you, and you don't want to feel those feelings, right? But here, you need to have a more practical approach. What is working, what is not working? If these people are being they are not helping with your work, on the contrary, they are being a bit of a problem, then you need to be more logical and practical, because as far as work is concerned, we should not be so emotionally not taking decisions based on emotions, because here it is not about emotions, not what makes you feel happy or unhappy, but you need to see what is fruitful and what is a burden, what needs to be trimmed. Otherwise, the work does not grow, the prosperity does not come. Spending too much time just being happy with people around you is not the right approach towards work and profession. One needs to work, one needs to serve, and one needs to do what is good for you, as well as for your organization, as well as for your work. Relationships are really not the thing which you need to invest in as far as profession and your office life and office culture is concerned. King of Swords, you need to be very, very clear in your head. This is a decision which has to be taken logically, practically, and in an unbiased, cold and calculated decision. What is working, what is not working. As far as work goes, this is not the place for socializing or having emotional bonds. This is the place where you need to work, you need to think, you need to know what you need to do. So it calls for, a very clear thinking, logical mind. Ace of Wands, go ahead and do this. That opportunity will come to put an end to this, entire thing. Because you need to set boundaries also for yourself at work, and have only those people who add to you while you're working. Those are going to distract you from work, take you off work. Your work and profession is going to suffer. So, emotions are not what you really need at work. You need to be very clear that you need to be people who are going to work together as a team, thinking on the same path, thinking in the same way, being logical, practical, and that's how things are going to grow. So go ahead and, trim it the way you need to. You've been thinking about this for a long time, but now it's time to be decisive and take action on your decision. So that's your reading, Sagittarius. Thanks for watching.